Why do I draw black people? Because I'm black? Because I want to? Because why not? And if that offends you, just exit the video. And before you leave a comment explaining your disdain, watch the whole video first. But if you're still pressed by the end of the video, swiftly exit. And you're not a train, you don't need to announce your departure, just toodles. Hey people, it's Temi if you're new here, and it's Tuesday today, so you know I'm back with another Temi Tirade. Last week I spoke about being a visual artist without a visual mind. Ooh. So if you want to see that video or any other video in the Temi's Tirade playlist, I'll link to it here and you can catch up. But today I'm discussing this because of this comment I received.
Not trying to bring race into this, but why is every one of your pics that you choose dark skin? We preach unity but still segregate.
I mean, I feel like that's a bit of an extreme conclusion to come to. First, I'd like to say I don't just draw dark skin. So if you look at my portfolio on Instagram, you see that I've been uploading my art since 2012 and I have drawn a variety of skin tones. In fact, my last successful commission was of white people. So it's not a case of me avoiding to draw white people, that's not it at all. But even if I actually only chose to draw black people, are you going to police what I'm drawing? I'm not harming anybody. I'm not using your hand to draw. I'm not forcing you to pose for me. I'm not begging you and using your supplies to do my drawings. So why are you so pressed? But also, there are many artists that only focus on white skin. You just see them drawing very light skin all through their portfolio. I don't see you guys giving them the same kind of energy. But once you see the flip, it's like, ooh, where are the white people? Where are they? And they're there. Firstly, you're not even looking hard enough. But secondly, keep the same energy for everybody. But yeah, clearly I don't only draw dark skin, but I do focus on dark skin. And I've got many reasons, but I'll just discuss 5 of those reasons with you today. First and foremost, I think representation is so important. I think there's a scarcity when it comes to thinking about black artists. And I want to be a role model to my younger self. When I was growing up, I had one black artist I looked up to. One of my biggest inspirations, Kelvin Okafor, and he is just absolutely incredible. Not just with his skill level, not just with his attention to detail, but also knowing that he's a fellow black Nigerian Brit just encouraged me even more. It just inspired me even more because I'm seeing someone that could be my brother, could be my cousin, and they're able to achieve what they're achieving. And seeing him excel just made it feel so much more accessible for someone like me. So I want a younger version of me. I want young potential artists to be able to see my work, see themselves in my work, see their parents in my work, and also see it being drawn by someone like them. I think it has a bigger impact than you might realize. Number 2, black people really aren't that represented in art. We're so often missed in the portrait art space. If you Google portrait drawing, what comes up? You see loads of white faces before you even see the first black one. And even thinking back to studying art at school, we're told about the Monets, the Van Goghs, the Da Vincis. Where are the black artists? And maybe this is a British school issue, but where are the black artists, or where are the people actually representing black people in their art? And even thinking more specifically about portrait artists like Gottfried Helwin or Jenny Saville or David Casson. By the way, these are all artists I looked into when I was doing my A-level art. Like, I'm happy to study these artists up and down, look at their technique, look at how they do this and that. But when the time comes for, draw a self-portrait in their style, or draw someone that looks like me in their style, then I'm baffled. Because although I might have learned a lot from them, I haven't learned how to accurately depict darker skin by studying any of these artists. And I know theoretically you can study any artist you want at A-levels, but one thing I found was that except someone was on the list of almost verified artists, it was just long. But that's a story for another day. There's an artist on YouTube called John Hugh, amazing British artist, and I'll link his channel down below. He actually did a series on representing minorities in classical art, and it's just amazingly beautiful to look at. And it's so interesting that before I saw his sketchbook tour and him speaking about it, I never even deeped how misrepresented we are. So yeah, I'm going to use my voice and my art to represent people that look like me. Number 3, I want to teach people to render dark skin well. There are many differences when you try to draw different skin tones, and I just want to help people with their skill, help them with their confidence when trying to capture darker skin. Most tutorials with portrait drawings, and especially color pencil ones, are focused on lighter skin. And this is something I'm even a little bit used to. I mean, I feel like it's changing a little bit now, but when I was first learning to use coloring pencils back in 2013, nobody was showing how to render dark skin. Your faves were making us look ashy and ugly. Sorry to say. So I defaulted to colouring lighter skin. In my opinion, it's a lot easier, especially if you're drawing on white background. It's not until I saw Bokkei doing it and she rendered dark skin so beautifully. It actually gave me the confidence to try it myself. This drawing is my first time trying to colour dark skin, and I was terrified. I was so nervous to even try this, and I'm happy I persevered and I was able to get to a good outcome. But I feel like I could only get there because I saw Bokkei do it, and it just gave me confidence to be able to try it. Seeing her do what I wanted to do just inspired me, and that's how I hope to inspire other people also. Since then, I've practiced loads of different skin tones, and I'm happy to share my knowledge on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in learning how to colour portraits, particularly dark skin, I'll leave a link to my portrait drawing playlist here. I have different tutorials where I talk through the entire process, so hopefully it helps you to actually see me walking through it and speaking about some of the challenges and speaking about some of my techniques. I also have more tutorials coming, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out. Number 4. Finding tutorials of black people almost feels like an afterthought, almost feels like we're othered. And what do I mean by othered? So the best thing I can relate this to is if you know about the makeup community many years ago, if you go to the drugstore, you will see 20 shades of white before you see the 2 browns that are meant to represent all the black people. It wasn't until Fenty came to finish everybody with the very inclusive first launch, but it just felt like black people were never the focus. It was just like, oh, let me just give them these 2 browns and everybody just be going. Any of you makeup users from years and years ago will remember Dream Matte Mousse. And I don't even know if this is a British thing, so let me know if you can relate in the comments. But there was that one brown shade that every black person was. But anyway, back to art. It feels like we're almost still here. So if someone does loads of portrait tutorials, it feels like they will have many lighter skin tutorials and then maybe one black one, if that. And even the black one, sometimes our skin colour in their piece will be looking questionable. No offense. The reality is black people cover a wide spectrum of shades, a wide variety of undertones, a wide variety of skin colours, and that's what I want to represent with my art. Rather than being an afterthought or being a other, I want to focus on that on my channel. I'm not saying I won't do tutorials of lighter skin or Caucasian skin. I'm just saying that my priority and my focus will be darker skin. And number 5. Black women are beautiful, and I want to capture this in my art. It's funny because growing up, a lot of us black girls did not feel beautiful. You know, we didn't fit society's standards. Mixing racism with colorism, life was long. But I see myself in a lot of the women I draw, and I just want to capture their beauty for what it is. Capturing the melanin, capturing the glow. That's my priority with my work, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. So yeah, that's why I focus on drawing darker skin, that's why I focus on drawing black people. And I guess, rant over, too long didn't read. I don't think it's racist of me to focus on dark skin. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I'm trying to include more into the art conversation. I'm trying to include more of us into the tutorial space. And I'm trying to share my knowledge, share my skill with people that actually genuinely want to learn to render us well. So I don't see a problem with that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye.